Alright guys, welcome aboard. We're going to take a flight in the latest Zibo version. This is, what is it? 33 Delta, I believe it is. And it's the latest one that came out, Delta, just the other day here. Let's jump in the plane, get her fired up, do a little test flight out of Phoenix over to San Diego, see how things look on here. Go ahead and turn the music down just a little bit. So far so good. I think I gotta adjust my AviTab, sorry. I'm getting things mixed up here. So I don't have my maps yet on here. I think I gotta do an update on that. But let's see here. Ground services, get our GPU fired up over here. Yeah, let's come up top here. Go ahead and get our battery on, emergency exit lighting enabled, and get our ground power on over here. We'll go over to ground power, and I know I'm forgetting something. What did I do here? Yep, ground power's on. Okay, very good. It's been a while since I've flown the 737, so bear with me a little bit, but figure I'd try out some of the new stuff here in the latest Zibo version. All right, let's go over to nav on our IRSs, let those suckers align. Take a quick look at our fuel. It looks pretty good here for a quick flight to San Diego, so I'm just going to turn on a couple of the fuel pumps and let's get our APU fired up. Come on. Wait for that to come up. Don't see it coming up. Not sure why. Double check everything here. Let's see. Power, ground power is connected. Ground power is available. And I don't think it switched over to ground power, or did it? Kind of weird. Oh no, there we go. Alright, things are working a little bit differently here than I'm used to. Bear with me. And let's see here. Alright, I'm just kind of going down the panels here, making sure everything is looking good. We'll get our seatbelt signs on. Come over here and get our window heat started up, electrical hydraulics on, get our trim air on. We'll get one PAX on and the APU bleed on right now. I don't think we're going to go up too high today, so let's just do a flight up to 26,000 feet. Set it for 50 over in San Diego. We'll get our logo light on. We'll get our nav lights on here. And let me get my yoke out of the way here. We'll turn up our panel lights, get everything nice and bright in here for the recording. Turn up the other side there. Let's come down here. Turn those panel lights up. All right, let's jump into the FMC, and we'll clear out that message. We'll go to position init, and we are at Phoenix KPHX. Dropped it in here. We're not at a gate. We're starting out our, like I normally do some of these test flights, I like to start out at the Air National Guard ramp, just on the south side of Phoenix here, so we don't have to bother with pushbacks and all that. Alright, so we've got our IRSs aligning here. Let's go departures. Let's see, it's been a while here since I've done this. Initial reference, there we go, that's what I want. KPHX. Haven't flown the Zibo in quite some time. I've been flying the FlightFactor A320, so I'm a little rusty here, but things look pretty much the same as I remembered. I'm just going to put in 2 for reserve fuel here. I'm sure we might have a little bit more. Cost index, I'm just going to click 55. And winds up above, you know, I guess I could look. Let's see. Well, we said what we're going to do 260 for an altitude, and let's take a look at our winds up here. I'll bring up my other screen. There we go. You can see I've got sky vector up, and let's bring up some winds here. Come down here and let's bring them up for flight level 270. Get that out of the way. General direction, looking about 250 at 50, 60, 70, 80. Headwind. There's 80, 80, 80, 80. Alright, so generally about, let me get that out of the way again. Alright, so winds are going to be about, what did I say, 260 slash 080. And temp deviation, I didn't get the temp deviation, but I'm just going to go minus 13. Just eyeball it. Let's go to N1 limits, click on that. We're not going to derate because we might take the shorter runway over here. Alright, taking off. Do 5 flaps, CG 4.7, which is about where it's at. We'll leave that right there. Get our V speeds plugged in, 140 for V2. Take note of that. Come over to departures, and before we do that, let's just jump up here, set 140. That's our V2 speed. Alright, APU is online, so let's switch over to APU. I'm used to the switches in the Airbus, that's why I keep knocking them up the wrong way here. We'll go over to APU power. And I'm guessing we can take our ground power off, so disconnect that. Alright, let's keep going here. I kind of left everything default in the plane, so I haven't changed anything around. Looking at sim brief, looks like we're going to be doing a standard route. We're going to take off 225 left, I believe it is. And we're going to do a Freebird over to the next Freebird 1 departure, Mohawk transition. And do I want to go route? I forgot. No, I want to go arrival. We're going to do the RNAV 27, and it's going to be the Lucky 1 with the Hogs transition. And let me see, route activate, I think that's good, execute. Yeah, I'm a little rusty here. Let's go over to plan, take a look at this. Go over to our legs page. Looks a little different. I think that the text looks different to me. Alright, so down to Freebird Judith, we'll get rid of that because we're just going to go, it's that short little connector right there. Alright. Hogs and into San Diego on the Lucky 1 arrival. That all looks good. Holding pattern at the tail end there. All right, let's go off of plan here, and I think we are ready to fire up our engines. But before we do that, we can get the flight directors on. I think everything is set down here, if I recall correctly. Let's come over here and get our transponder on. Oh my goodness, how you easily forget things. There we go. I think that's TARA right there. Let's take another look. Nope, all the way over TARA. Alright. Alright, let's go, let's fire up these engines here. So we'll get packs off, swap number 2 over to ground. I'll let that start firing up over here. And I'm going to leave the sound up just so you can hear all the sounds that come with the airplane. And we'll turn it down as soon as we get fired up here. Alright, introduced fuel there. It looks like we're starting it up. Let's go ahead and throw number 1 over the ground. Waiting for about 20 on there. Alright, introduce fuel. And let's get our fuel pumps on, all of them. And then let's just go down the racks over here and make sure we haven't forgotten anything. Go over to Gen 2 today for power. Oop, wrong one. There we go. Swap that over. Swap that over. APU can come off now. Alright, we'll get our pitot heat on. Everything else here looks good. Get our packs left and right on and get our APU bleed off. We should be all set. Unless something's changed over here. And let me take a look at the lighting here. Steady and strobes, anti-collision. We should add that on, sorry. Alright, I think we're ready to taxi out of here. We're going to put on weather radar here, get our airports on. The one thing I like to do is get rid of these rings here. I don't like to have the rings, so let's just jump in the setup here. Customize, configure and customize display. Let's see where that is. Rings, there we go, yes, I want no. Back, home, right. There we go, get rid of those rings. And that's just personal preference here, you can switch those on and off. I like to have them off because I like to sort of declutter. Too much information can sometimes kind of screw you up just as much as having you know, not enough information. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and use my keys here just to make sure that everything is working. So taxi lights on, we'll turn our turn-offs on also. Over to continuous on the engines here because we're taking off on this runway right here. All right, parking brake off. Spool up those engines, see what they sound like. The ground steering feels a little bit different there. Might just be a setting. Double checking my, making sure my XP Realistic Pro is working. Let me just confirm that. Come over here. Yep. Cool deal. Like I said, we'll turn the volume down as soon as we do the takeoff here. I just want to see how everything sounds. All right, let's get prepped for takeoff. So 5 flaps getting set. Let's watch those come down. It's noisy back here in the cabin, isn't it? Alright, auto brakes to RTO. Let's go ahead and arm our auto throttle. And if I remember correctly, here's our toga button for convenience. My goodness, that is loud. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down right now just a little bit. Just looking at my sound levels there on OBS. Let's hit VNAV, LNAV, make sure those guys engage. Or at least are active, not engaged. Alright, landing lights can come on here, and I've got a switch for that so you can see they've already come on. And we're going to go to strobes on. actually going to take off right from
this 25 left.
This section of the freeway right here. We're on freeway, runway. Sorry, I got freeways on my mind here in Southern California. Alright, so lights are on camera's on,
25
and
left.
the action is on. Let's go ahead and bring the power up, and we'll let those engines spool up, and then we're going to go ahead and go to toga button, see if that works. Crosswind here. Actually, you have to forgive me there, that was my cat. It was bugging the crap out of me here. Now we got a good wind here.
V1 rotate.
Rotating.
Positive green.
There's that crosswind. Alright, gear up.
$400.
A bit bumpy over here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and engage autopilot. And we'll set our gear to the off position. Coming through 170, let's go flaps 2. Bring that sound level down here. It's a good windy day here in the southwest. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my cat. He's, you know, it never fails, I swear. Every time I try to do a recording, either the dog or the cat or the cell phone goes off. The cat was just literally trying to jump up on my computer, and I had to throw a little toy at him. Right as we were bringing the power up there on the runway. Alright, let's get our flaps all the way up here. Quit yapping. Alright, auto braking can go to off. Take a look at everything. So far, so good. I'm going to leave the display down here just to keep an eye on how it looks in the Delta version here. Take a closer look over here. I'm going to get rid of the yoke so we can see everything on the panels. See how things are looking here. Climbing out through some of this cloud cover here in Phoenix. At least it looks like it's going to be a little bit smoother up above the clouds. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Let's get our lights off. Engines can go to auto. Logo can come off. And we never hit the wing lights there for the announcement. That's what triggers the announcements for the flight crew to prepare for departure.
At this time, you may use your portable electronic devices to do memory and self-testing. Stay in the on position until we land in Los Angeles. On the fence, while that seatbelt sign is on, you must remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain feels it safe and turns it off.
I had to reset my camera views here also. Yeah, it didn't quite line up when I copied them over from the one of the other versions of the Zibo. Alright, let's take a closer look here at pressurization. It looks like it's working good. Go ahead and zoom out over here. And, you know, I'm curious if terrain is working on separate displays. Doesn't look like. Hey, there it goes. Alright, so we have weather. Okay, we got weather on this one, we got terrain on that one. I'm going to leave them that way just to see what they look like. And of course we didn't get our altimeter setting, but then we'll just go to standard right there. Now that we're at 18,000 feet. Let's get a little music going here for the flight. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my volumes here a little bit. I'm going to bring the master volume on the sim down. Alright, we're going up to 28,000 feet, and I'm going to switch this over because I set that for 28,000. Actually, I don't remember if I did that or if that was the flight plan. I think we said 26 in the flight plan. Let's see. Cruise, flight 26,000. Alright, so let's see. Let's bring that back down. It's been a while. I've been flying GA airplanes lately. Picked up the Just Flight Archer 3. Been having some fun with that. But figured I'd jump into the old Zibo here and give it a shakedown flight. The procedures are starting to come back to me. Let's see if I got my views here set up. That looks nice. Yeah, as I said, always phone calls, cats, dogs. I think I need to lock myself away in a room with my sim when I do my recordings. Alright, top of climb here. Not even sure what our speed is. I didn't even check. Let's see what we got. Should be kind of low down here at this flight level. Yeah, we're going to bump that up a little bit here. And go up to... let's see here. Let's go 335 slash 0.780. Execute that. We'll get ourselves sped up here a little bit. A little bit of turbulence here with that 80 knot Yeah, look at that, 88 knots, 220. I think I put in what, 260 at 80. And double checking the pressurization here, making sure that's working. Yep. Alright, nothing seems out of miss up there. I like sitting in a jump seat here. We can climb over the captain's head here, get a better view of the cockpit. Alright, that speed is a little bit better there. 780. I guess we could have bumped that up, right? It's trying to hold 780. Let's even bump it up a little bit faster since we get this 95 knot headwind here. Let's go 335/.800. That up a little bit. So we can zoom out, take a look at our course there, headed for Judith. I'm going to bring up AviTab here. Like I said, I don't have it configured on the tablet down here yet. I think I gotta do something. I forgot what the heck it was. But we'll bring up where are we? Judith. We'll bring up the Phoenix sectional. Few bumps here. We're going to leave the seatbelt sign on. Alright, as we head for Yuma and Judith intersection, let's jump out here. I'm going to turn the volume down just a bit. Let's do an outside view. As always, plane looking gorgeous here. This is a default Zibo included Southwest livery. Alright, I'll leave you in a jump seat here. Let's scoot down a little bit so we see a little bit more of that horizon. And I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright guys, back in the cockpit. Got a fresh bottle of water. Locked the cat away. Had to go look for the co-pilot, who is my Pembroke Welsh Corgi. He's not up to flying today. He's laying in his bed snoozing. Yeah, a little bit of a bumpy flight here through the Arizona desert. While we're here, let's take a look at the tablet. Like I said, I don't have AviTab set up. PA system, level off. I guess we can do that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our cruising altitude. Flying just smooth, so I'll turn the seatbelt sign off. I would like to ask you to do favors, don't please leave the seatbelt fastened while seated just in case we do find an unexpected bump. Also, please don't pull the line that runs to the forward galley lavatory area. We really appreciate you choosing to fly with Southwest this morning. Hope you enjoy the trip. Have a great week. Back to see you real soon.
Okay, we're gonna leave the seatbelt sign on. Sorry. We got PA setting. Ooh, turbulence warning. Let's do that one. Thought I clicked it. And there we go. It was the flight attendant. In here or there. Alright, let's see what we got for settings here. We got volume. Flight attendant and captain, or first officer and captain. We're just gonna leave those as is for now. And we forgot to start our leg. Oopsie. I'll click that now. Weight and balance. Yeah, we didn't play around with that. Checklists. Very nice. Little updated graphics from the prior version. Takeoff, climbing, cruise. And you can check them off too. Altimeter, standard. Cross check, yep. Before top of descent. Yep, we are all about our arrival. Our NP for arrival. Cool. We got landing VNAV. Very nice checklists here. So ground services, you had GPU, chocks, better pushback. We're out. I think we're at Judith. Yep. And customizations. Let's see what we got here. Fuel gauges. Display rings, which we shut down because I don't like to have the rings on there. LDU brake temperature. Not sure what LDU stands for, but we're going to leave it all as default here. And you click over here, we get to the second page. Landing light pulse lights. Yeah, put those on, what the heck. LED lights. HUD for captain. I'm not going to use the HUD here. Yep, lots of stuff we can modify and play with here. Parking brake set, simple or real? I wonder what the difference is. We won't play around with it right now. Just our units here. Got everything set pretty much as default, at least every time I load in. That's the defaults I get. All of your sound settings. And there's where you do that takeoff announcement trigger, and I use my wing lights for that. Audio volumes here. Default. Actually, there's 2 pages here. Not going to click calibration. Right, and AviTab, which, like I said, I don't have set up. So even if I click on them, nothing happens. Or at least, like I said, I gotta configure that. And we'll leave it on PA system. Let's take a look and see where our top of descent is. And usually right over Imperial. A lot more information here. Let me see, click the data tab. There we go. I want my airport's data. And it's kind of overlapping there, so I'm going to take the data off. And it's already giving us some data for the actual waypoints here. And I forgot where the top of descent was. Cruise. Not climb, cruise. Destination, it's progress, that's where it was, I believe. To top of descent, 60 miles. 59 miles. Back to legs over here. And so 60 miles to the top of descent. Where is it on the is it right there? Kind of getting blocked off over here. Yeah, TD right there. So prior version didn't have some of the information displayed like that before that I'm used to. We'll wait till after this turn and then we'll set our descent altitude, which we'll have to take a look at the lucky one arrival. And bringing that up on the other screen here. Let me get that set up for you before I bring it up. Alright, so we're kind of coming in this way here. Here's the hogs. And we are going to be going down to, we've got altitudes here for all the different items. We're going to be going down to 5,000 feet over here at Lindy. So we'll set 5,000, see how that works out. I think we're looking back at Yuma right over there. That's a big turn over here. Up with that turn. Don't recall that turn being that drastic here. It's almost like we kind of went a little bit off course. how far out are we from top of descent? 33 miles. Let's go ahead and set that. We're going to go all the way down to 5,000. I'm just going to hold that. Hard to grab the knobs here with the plane jumping around a little bit. Yeah, so it's actually got our altitude restrictions on here. I don't believe that at least the last version I was flying, which was a few versions back. If you're familiar with the Zibo, it puts out a lot of versions there. I don't always update. I update maybe like once every month or two. And like I said, if you take a look at my channel, I've been flying some GA airplanes just to mix it up here. Well, that's interesting. You know, I clicked on charts. It is actually, by clicking down here, I'm actually affecting it here, but I need to do something down here to actually get it to work on there. Let's see, where do I want to go here? Maps. And you can see we're just past Yuma over here, coming into Imperial Valley, which is where we start our descent, right there. So let's go ahead and switch over to the LA sectional. And I'm just going to take a quick look at the weather in San Diego. A lot of showers moving through the Southern California area. Winds are 280 at 8, 10 miles visibility, few 2,800, view 3,500, broken ceiling at 6,500, altimeter is 2,995, so let's go ahead and just set that. 2,995, come on. Bouncing around again. There we go, got it staged and ready to go. Did turn our strobes off, did we? And there's a lot of shower activity coming through San Diego, so should be interesting. Definitely impacting my frame rates here. FlightSim is weird though. X-Plane is weird, I mean. Sometimes I'm stuck at 20, like this. Especially when I'm recording. It's, you know, that's like 5 or 6 frames right there. So it'd be normally bouncing around 25, 26. But other times I'll be flying the exact same thing with the exact same weather and I'm at like 35. Go figure. Weather is updating on us. We'll see, there's shower activity. Let me bring it up for you. Come on, there it is. So here's San Diego. You can see all these showers coming in. Should make for an interesting arrival. So we got 5,000 set. We're ready for our descent, which is coming up here shortly. In 2 miles. Oh, no, there it is down here. That's decel I was looking at. And here it comes. Starting our descent. And powering back. So like I said, I've got terrain working on the right display, weather on the left. We'll see how that works out here. Hopefully we get some weather and see how that looks in this version. Here's some frames for you. I think I went down to like 6 or 7. Yeah, it looks pretty. Taking a look at my frames here on the different views. See if it makes any big difference. Sometimes it does, as right here you can see we're jumped up to 24. Move that view up a little bit. I had this view a little bit different on my my other planes, my other Zibos. Let me change this around a little bit. Let's go. Kind of had it out here. Something like that. Save that. Yeah, it looks a little better. I like to see some of the cockpit. And that one. Hey, we're out of the bumps at least. And the frames are coming up here. Got a little bit of clipping on the clouds there. We're going to be back in the weather. Alright, down below 18,000, let's go ahead and pick up our altimeter there, 2995.
Altimeter setting.
I just set it. Hello. Yep, and it's slaved over to the captain's side. I think that's just a default. It just, I don't know if it just tells you altimeter setting no matter whether you set it or not. Just checking my ortho to make sure it looks decent. With the I guess the 11.3 update, I've noticed that my ortho looks a little bit different. It's a little bit sharper. you know, because this is ortho. This isn't the default scenery. And I just noticed it looks a little bit crisper. I don't know if that's just me. It's a little bit smoother, not as jagged. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but it just looks a little bit. It looks a little bit. I don't know if it's better or not. Sometimes I look at it and I think, is that the default scenery? It looks a little bit smooth, a little bit too smooth. Smooth, you know, whatever, smoothed over. Like the mesh has changed or something like that. Because it does look, you know, the actual ortho itself looks fine, but the edges seem to be a little bit rounder. The little mountains and things, they're not as jagged as I'm accustomed to, I think. I don't know if I like it or not. So even looking forward here, all of these look a little bit not as jagged and sharp as I think they used to. Zoom down here a little bit on our display. Alright, while we're on the descent over here, I'm going to take one more quick break. I'll be right back. Gotta hit the can in the back of the plane. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm ready for this arrival. Let's see how it looks. So far so good. Kind of smooth here. It's a little bit bumpy there coming out of Phoenix. No, still not. Still not picking anything up on the weather radar. And terrain looks okay. Let's zoom this one in a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to turn terrain off there. Let's see what terrain looks like over here. Starting to pick up a little bit of it there. Yeah, definitely the mountains look a little bit more rounded to me. It's like the mesh changed or something with that update. I don't know, what do you guys think? If you fly X-plane. You notice that? Leave a comment in the comments on the video. I do look at all those, and I usually reply to any questions or anything like that. Alright, let's get our strobes back on. I'm hoping we see some rain here, because this version of the Zibo has got some updated rain effects that are supposed to. They look gorgeous. I saw, I think John Fly or somebody. I can't remember who the heck was doing it. Yeah, I think it was John Fly. He just put the rain on, and he was like sitting there just staring, just staring at the windshield with wipers going as he sat on the ramp. He's a little goof. He's a little goofy at times, but that was funny. But the rain, it looks just amazing on the windshield. So I'm hoping we run into some of it over here. Alright, let's skip the terrain. Let's go to weather here. Start looking for some of that weather. Yeah, the sun is going down over at Southern California here. Minus the clouds rotating around us, that looked pretty good. Alright, making our final turn over to intercept our final approach course.
1,000 to go.
And from there, what do we got here? 5,000 at Lindy, and then we're going to go to 4,000 at Vida. So I'm actually going to go to 4,000. And then it is nice to have the altitudes on here. I thought that before when you did data, it brought that up, but it's almost like that's defaulted. It's giving you the altitudes, and the data looks to just be giving you your times.
To go.
Alright, let's kill the music for the approach here. We'll bring the volume up. Look at that. It's a nice view. Coming into the clouds there. I'm going to go landing lights on. We're actually going to turn our turn-offs and taxi on at this time. Get the engines over to continuous. And then we'll see if we need our speed brake here. 130, I'm going to go 5 flaps. I don't think we're going to see those showers unless there's some right over the airport. Let's take a look at where we are here. It's interesting, it kind of cuts off above that right there. Now, I'm assuming we're gonna hit. We're gonna stay here and waiting for that approach indicator to come in. Usually, I hit approach right here. There's 160. Let's go gear down. Go 15 on the flaps. Not sure if I screwed something up, but we'll soon find out. See, I wonder if I did screw something up. I should have hit the approach a little bit earlier there. Again, it's been a little while since I've flown the Zibo here. Alright, let's go autopilot off. Auto throttle off. Airplane is mine. We're going to be a little bit high here. I'm going to go ahead and bring the power back a little bit more. Start this descent and let's arm our speed brake here. Here we go. Laps 25.
2,500.
It's been a while since I've flown the RNAV approach into San Diego, so excuse the screw up there. I have to practice a little bit. You can see my Coronado Bay Bridge scenery I've got in there. Looking nice. Oop, there's some rain. Come on, let's get some more rain going. Alright, flaps 30.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Let's get our wiper on over here. Just some light rain here, but when it gets heavier it looks even better. Alright, gear down, 3 green, flap set.
Approaching 27.
Landing lights are on, we're clear to land.
400. 300.
Plane is handling real nice. Flight model for it.
$200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Thrust reversers engaged, lower that nose. And do some manual braking here.
80 knots.
Alright, thrust reversers off. Alright, let's get cleaned up. Spoilers down. flaps up. Well, welcome to San Diego. A little bit of a shower activity here. I was hoping to have a little bit more. Alright, landing lights can come off, and I think I need to go do that manually here. Because on this version with the LEDs, my key doesn't work for some reason. Come around over here and get to the southwest ramp. We'll park it over here and do a replay and see what we see. I'm wondering if the contrail and sort of those effects work. I think we're going to take this one over here on the left. All right. Go. Let's get the parking brake set. Alright, let's jump right into the replay, have a look-see. Right about there looks good. Do a couple of replays here. Leaving at the rain effect on the side windows here. Turn that down just a little bit. So smash down that like button if you like that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already been subscribed for more X-Plane 11 videos. GA flying, airliner flying, and the occasional oddball flight in something a little bit different like a military aircraft. Let's see how our spoilers work there. I think I had them armed properly. There we go. Didn't see any contrails coming off of there. Here, let's back this up a little bit. We'll do one more from the end of the runway. And where's my runway view? There we go. We're actually going to back it up a little bit. Ooh, that sounds nice, huh? So guys, like I said, smash down a like button there and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will call that a finished flight. Until next time guys, take care.